There's a famous story told about Reb Moshe Leib of Sasov. The story was made famous by the great Yiddish writer Peretz, though some people think that he took some liberties with the story, but basically he got the story right. The way that I heard it is the following, is during Slichot, in the month of Elul preceding Rosh Hashanah, when Jews go to shul and say extra prayers, getting ready for Rosh Hashanah. So it was noticed that Reb Moshe Leib of Sasov wasn't making it to Slichot. And there was a lot of discussion among the students why that was. And they all came up with their reasoning, and all of it was there must be some reason for this. And one of them said, well, he's probably so involved with his learning, his neshama is in heaven, and therefore he can't make it to Slichot. So there was a person there, his name was Tzvi Hirsch of Zidichov. He went on to become a great Rebbe himself. And he wasn't that familiar with Moshe Leib of Sasov, and he was like, it was getting on his nerves. He's kind of skeptical, like, okay, how great can this Rebbe be? All I see is he's not coming for Slichot. So he decided one day he's gonna find out why the Rebbe's not coming, and he's gonna like burst everyone's balloon here. So he hides himself outside of Reb Moshe Leib Sasov's house, and like 4:30 in the morning, still dark out, the Rebbe comes out, and he sees the strangest thing. He's dressed like in peasant clothes. He's not dressed like a Rebbe. And he takes an axe in his hand, and he goes on his way out to the forest. So Reb Tzvi Hirsch follows him, and Moshe Leib goes to a house at the end of the village, and he starts chopping wood. And he chops wood, and he brings it up to the porch, and he leaves it on the porch right by the front door. And he leaves. And Reb Tzvi Hirsch does some investigating, and it turns out that the woman lives in this house is not even Jewish, and she's a widow, and she's getting on in her years, and she's kind of like fallen through the cracks of everyone. No one even knows that she exists anymore. But Reb Moshe Leib knew that she's getting too old to chop her own wood. And in the winter, she would be too cold. So in Europe, at the time of Slichot, it's already getting cold. And so the next time Reb Tzvi Hirsch came to shul, so they're having their usual discussion why the Rebbe isn't coming for Slichot. And again, one says, I'm telling you, his neshama is in heaven because of his learning and his davening. And Reb Tzvi Hirsch says, no. Your Rebbe isn't in heaven. He's in a place higher than heaven. Because he recognized that what the Rebbe was doing was so much higher than anything they could imagine. The Eish Kodesh, the Piaseczner Rebbe, was famous for saying in Yiddish, Kinderlach, never forget the greatest thing you can do is a favor for someone else. Never forget the greatest thing you can do is a favor for someone else. So we should all be blessed, not just to be connected to heaven, but to be connected to good deeds and caring for our fellow Jew and human beings. And we should be in the place that's higher than heaven.